if I was feeling in danger and I asked for something from my parents, they'd give me a whistle. Blow it as hard as you can, son. And just hope to God that someone comes around and... you. Welcome back to Team SL. I am your host, Josh, with my co-host, Youssef, back for another rant. And today's rant
is the youth of today.
The youth of today, as you've probably seen by the title. The reason we're going to speak on this today is, today we're out for coffee, and we saw something that just pissed us off.
It's like story time.
It is. It's another story time. Look, we're just going for coffee, and it's not much. But we saw two kids. Like, they couldn't have been more than 14.
Yeah.
Right? It was 3:55
p.m.
It's basically 25 minutes after school.
They've changed.
School bell's finished.
He's got a stupid bum bag on, stupid hat on.
Mm-hmm. He's got a vape.
He's smoking it inside a shop.
Inside a coffee shop.
Where adults gather. Now, unless you're the age of 22, I don't want to see you at a coffee shop. Okay? Oliver Brown's good enough for you. Alright. But how the hell do you finish school at 3:30, go home and change?
This episode is brought to you by the Army. God.
The Australian Defence Force.
Oh, there they are. Anyway.
Yeah. How the hell do you finish school at 3:30, right? Go home, change. Okay? Wear your stupid bag and all that. Catch a bus back to Gloria Jeans. Because mind you, the Gloria Jeans are right in the middle of nowhere. It's not like it's in a residential area.
It's not near a school.
Okay. And then decide to sit there and watch TikTok videos and smoke a vape.
Where's your parents?
Better yet, why are you smoking inside? You know, as a kid, right? As a kid, and I assume you were the same. As we grew up, I realized you got to respect other people's property.
Yes.
Okay. Particularly property that belong to people that I don't know. Okay. So this shop, I assume you don't know the owner. You might know a worker that works there and you're trying to be cool and all that. But overall, you don't know anybody that works there. Okay. So naturally, you respect it. What's not yours, you can't touch.
Yes.
Don't damage something that isn't yours. But I feel like kids in today's time and age don't care about that. You know? And it's funny because I watched this segment. It's like crime in the UK. And there's like this guy, he sells kebabs or something. And he offers kids like 70%.
He's not the criminal.
No. He like offers them like 70% discount if they hand in weapons.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, the kebab owner?
There's a shop, right? And he's like, I'll give you 70% off this kebab meal, like a snack pack, if you hand in knives and stuff that you carry on you.
So basically, I'll give you a $4 kebab for your $20 knife.
Yeah, okay. And what he does is he puts them in a box and calls the police, and the police take and discard it, right? And he's like, it's insane. He's like, I only started this thing about a month ago, and I've already collected 40 knives.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. And he's like, it's insane, because the youngest kid that I collected a knife from, he shows like a massive, like, you know those knives you see in like Vietnam War movies?
Yeah.
They just cut down bamboo and stuff with? It's like one of those. And it's like an 11-year-old kid, and he's like handed it to me. And he's like to the kid, why do you have it? And he's like, in case someone does me wrong. And the guy is sitting there, and he's like, man, that upset me because I realized these kids don't care. Like, if you look at them wrong and they take offense to it, they'll kill you.
Wow, I thought that shit only happened in like Somalia.
No. It's in the UK. I mean,
in places like that, like the jungle.
I mean, the UK is the jungle now, isn't it? Yeah. Anyways.
That's pretty scary, man.
Yeah, and he's like, he's like, it's scary that only what I've done so far, I've collected 40 knives. And they're not just shitty knives, like the samurai swords, a machete, meat cleaver, whatever, off these random kids. And he's like, it's insane how kids can get their hands on these things and carry them. And if someone looks at them wrong, or, you know, something happens to them, the first thing to go to, it's not to reason or talk, it's to pull it out and
that's fucked.
And kill, you know?
I when I was a kid, if I was feeling in danger and I asked for something from my parents, they'd give me a whistle. Blow it as hard as you can, son. And just hope to God that someone comes around
find you. And you're like, that won't do anything for you, kid.
On today's news. Yeah. Well, you know, we blew it. Even if we did have a whistle, we called for help. We always called for help because a stray dog was about to attack us.
Yeah. You didn't
really get attacked.
Yeah, we have fight or flight. It was always a flight.
Flight is the smart way.
You get out of the danger. You don't take on the danger. Because...
But how do these kids swing a knife anyway that big? They can barely hold the shit. I mean, look.
Yeah, but okay.
11-year-olds look like 18-year-olds these days. So.
They dress like 25-year-olds. They have beards of a 40-year-old, and he's an 18-year-old, and he just finished school. But you gotta remember, how sharp is a knife? I mean, people get paper cuts. So you can imagine if I swung a knife at you, it's bound to do some damage.
Do they have parents at all?
But I don't know. I'd like to hope so. Whether they're good at parenting.
Look, even if they got parents, they're quite useless if you're allowing them.
They're rubbish.
Like that.
Absolutely
today
rubbish.
today was messed up.
Yeah, well, today, exactly right. Where the hell are your parents?
Like, you knew that back when we were kids, in school, and there's always the kids that smoke, right? But they didn't do it in the public eye.
No,
they always caught them in like the back of the bathroom, or like in a little section of the park that no one came across.
Or like that one junkie's house where it's like a safe zone for them or something, right?
But apart from that, no one would have any clue. Now they just don't care.
They don't care.
And it's incredible.
And you know what? I think part of the blame is on the dog shit music that we listen to.
Like a good man tiger?
Yeah. Come on, girl, I'm trying to get your pussy away. Come on, girl. That is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Because all they talk about is drugs, sex, and money. All right, and it's glamorized. I'm telling you right now, and I've said this a million times before, I'm telling you, if every rapper in the world rapped about religion and Jesus Christ, will be the most religious world that's ever been. It'll be so religious, it'll blow your mind. If every rapper talks about technological advancements and like investments in finance,
yes.
Oh my man, you'll see so much money.
Yes.
But
part of that argument, I also hate the fact that kids now are fully taking on America's culture as their own.
Yes.
Like I've watched Instagram videos, all right, and TikToks and shit of Australian kids speaking like Americans, like with the American accent, speaking about basketball and all that kind of rubbish. Like
it's not even that; it's their demeanor.
The demeanor's
like the demeanor, like they'll pump like rubbish music, like Pop Smoke or some other dog shit music, right? And then like they'll do that, right? Like and then they'll have like a picture of some NBA star. Cool. All right. If you're into the sport, you're into the sport. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. But their demeanor and everything else comes with it. The way they act, even the terminology. Even the terminology.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of kids now using the word finna.
Yeah.
Instead of going to or gonna. Pretty sure we use gonna.
Yeah, I'm finna do this, or y'all better watch out. Like, y'all, shut up. It's you guys, or you all.
Why are you letting the Americans?
Have you heard of the word skegman? Skengman? I don't even know how to pronounce it. Skeng man.
Skengman. No, of course not.
Okay, so there's a song that's called that, and I heard it recently. I liked it. I'm over it now. Okay, Skengman to me sound like a man with disease.
Skengman is the guy you avoid.
Yeah, like that's a skengman. That's a disease. No, it's a gunman.
Bring some garlic. Right.
It's a gunman. It's a man that carries a firearm.
But who comes up with these terms?
Beats me.
Who comes up with these terms? I've always wondered.
Honestly, some crackhead on TikTok.
But it can't be. Like, even in Australian terms, who comes up with the shit that the kids say? Like, okay, for a cigarette, where did durry come from?
Or dart.
Like, I get the dart.
Or because you throw it at it.
No, I get the dart because it's shaped like a dart.
Okay, yeah.
I don't get where the durry came from. There's a lot of terms. Most American terms I don't get. I mean, sit there and look the lyrics of a rap song, and the shit doesn't make any sense.
No, that's if they can even pronounce the words.
I wish I had some more terms on top of my head, but they're all shit.
I'm sure if you do a quick Google search, you'll probably find something. But there's so much rubbish out there, and you realize two things. One, I've grown up, sadly. And two, these terms are stupid.
Yeah, I mean, we do sound very old right now.
It's not even that. It's the fact... I just hate the fact that we mimic another country. Because you know what? Americans don't give a shit about Australians. You're from Australia, man. Oh, man, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they think Australia's in the UK. They confuse Australia and the UK.
They literally think Australia's dirt. And you sit there and you're like, you know what?
Do you think that we all reside on Ayers Rock?
Or like the Northern Territory where the road is an orange dirt road? You know, a simple Google Maps search.
No, they don't do geography.
We'll give you the answer. Well, that's because they don't even know where they are. I bet you if you ask the average American to name all 50 or 52 states or whatever, how many states they have now, they'll probably name 30 of them.
Yeah.
Illinois.
And the rest of them they say, they're all irrelevant.
Or they're Republicans. I don't know. Them was some bullshit.
I don't support the left.
You're like, what? It's a what? We're the United States of America, but we're only united in 30 states. The other...
They're so stupid. I see, what's that Australian kid that he's a rapper. I like his music. I do. What's his name? The Kid Leroy or something like that. I think so. Leroy Kid or some bullshit, right? But anyway, I heard some of his music and I'm like, you know what? I actually like his voice. And I watched some interview on YouTube where he was like, I think he was 16 and he was taking some bloke around the hood. The hood.
Well, a Claymore or something.
Redfern or something, but like, it's not a hood.
Yeah, relax, buddy.
Yeah, relax. But anyway, they were taking him around and he's talking with like an Australian accent. Then I searched him up and I watched the latest video and he talks like a full American. Full American accent and everything. How did you allow yourself, like, don't you feel shame?
It's sad because...
To allow yourself to be taken, like, you're not American, but you're speaking with an American accent.
You just basically...
You know, Americans that come to Australia don't have Australian accents.
No.
They don't.
Because...
You'll hear them forever speaking
hey, man, or... Yeah, whatever, right? It's you know what the problem is? It's sad because the one unique characteristic about you, then there's a number of unique characteristics, but one of them being your accent, is now gone.
Yes.
You're just like every other stupid rapper there is in America.
I mean, if you don't speak like you're from the pub,
yeah, pretty much.
The Australian accent's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
I like to think.
Yeah.
The way me and you speak. Look, there's only two versions of the Australian accent. It's terrible. The pub and the Bankstown. If you talk like Jaws down here...
Or just lazy and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, then...
Or if you say just some shit that doesn't make sense, like, hey, we all need the barbie, and you're like, what the fuck? What are you saying?
What are you saying?
You stop speaking gibberish.
Take the rabbit out of your mouth.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
The American accent's terrible. I hate... This has become an American rant. I hate the fact they pronounce aluminium as aluminum.
Aluminum.
Why?
Cast iron, aluminum. You know what I hate the most? Iraq. Afghanistan.
The problem with them is that you tell them how to say it,
and
they blatantly refuse.
And then they say it their own way, and then they expect... You know what else I hate about America?
Here we go.
It's the fact, it's the fact that they use Fahrenheit.
The
only country in the entire world to use Fahrenheit.
So every time news comes out around the world, they have to put the calculations in.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, it's 160 degrees. You're like, holy shit, like, that's death. And then you look at it, it's like 30 degrees or something. I don't know.
When they'll hear us, they'll be like, oh, mate, it's bloody stinker today. It's 45 degrees. And they'll be like, y'all a bunch of bitches, man. 45 degrees.
In the States, that's...
We call that a beautiful day.
Yeah.
No,
well, how about you convert it from Fahrenheit to everything else? Anyways, kids.
We really hate Americans. This is such... Sorry. We really don't give a shit anymore.
Twice.
This is how... I love it. This is our stage to say whatever the hell we want.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it?
No.
Like, you do about it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, anyways, back to kids. Kids these days, I think, know that they can't get in shit, so they do whatever they want.
Yeah. Look, do you know, I don't think kids will ever know the kids that try and be hard. They don't know what do you call it? Just the actual mission of trying to get cigarettes underage. That fucking vape pen has changed things forever.
Forever, yeah.
You can get it from your mate, your neighborhood. Yeah,
whatever. You just hit up some muppet on Snapchat and they'll deliver it to you.
Yeah, here's a pen. Here's $10.
Yeah, go.
Try and go to your local Iraqi. Okay, brother.
Local anyone, really.
Yeah, they'll give you the chocolate cigarettes or something.
Yeah. We have a friend that used to sell them. We have a friend that sells them.
Really?
$2. Remember?
Bleep the name?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Good luck.
You bleep that too, yeah? Because people know it.
Oh my god. Chocolate cigarettes. Kids, look, there's no advice to give anymore because I just realized you're watching it. I like to, we usually like to come and give advice at the end, right?
There is no advice because you're all old enough to be watching this. You know what? If you tell a kid advice, they don't care.
Nah, they don't care.
All of these kids have to wait to get stabbed or, robbed or something for them to realize what they're doing is wrong. And
the only real problem the major problem I have with all of them is that they're allowed to congregate somewhere and then they essentially take over the place. And they just make it a place where you're like, because when you're an adult, all you want to do is avoid trouble. It's not worth your time.
Yeah.
You realize it's not worth your time to fight or argue or
But you know what I
put yourself in a situation where it's shit.
Do you know what I also hate? Sorry to cut you off. It's how confident they all are now. See, ages ago, before even our parents' age, you had a majority of normal kids, and then there's always that one group that you sort of stayed away from, the troublemakers or the jocks, right? Same thing with us, I guess. The majority of us are pretty good, and you have that group where you're like, Nowadays, everyone is a gang member, or everyone's some form of gangster.
In Sydney, everyone belongs to their neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like we're the Greenacre Boys.
Yeah,
does that make you proud?
I'm Eastern Beaches. You're like, okay, cool. Why are you telling me that for?
Your area owes you nothing.
But you pay for it, so on your bike. Anyways. Get out of my face. But that's the problem, because they're all cocky and they're all confident and they're all carrying stuff. And because there's a whole lot of testosterone and frustration.
They're 12.
They're bitches, but
they're 12.
But they have this ego, right? They run amok because they think no one can say anything, and they know no one can say anything because they're kids.
Yeah, that's right. But back in the day, my dad used to tell me, like, people would beat the shit out of kids.
Yeah, and
it's not about beating. You'd beat up someone else's kids.
Yeah.
Because you're teaching those, and the parents be like, well, you shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
What did you do to that?
Now it's
don't you dare tell off my son.
Yeah, how dare you? Well, you know what? If you're
your son just hit me. He just decided to whack me. Don't you dare call the police.
Call them. Call them. I'll happily explain to them the situation.
It's ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's so bad, eh? It's so bad. They know for a fact that adults are going to get in trouble if you hit a kid.
Yeah.
So do whatever you want, and you just have to sit there and take it, unless there's no cameras.
Then I guess all bets are off.
This is
bad. For some more so than others, but yes.
Yeah, look, kids.
Not that I condone it, but anyways.
The way time goes on, it's just sad. It's not the same anymore, and you know what? There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. It's done. It's finished. What scares me is what the future holds, because you know what? If it's like that now, I wonder what it's going to be like in the
because
future.
It progressively gets worse.
Exactly.
So
at what point then do we say enough's enough? Like, at what point do we agree that, okay, this has gone too far, there's some sort of discipline that needs to be put into place?
Nah, there's no discipline. You have to,
well, I know that.
There's no discipline. So the only thing that can happen from this episode especially is anyone that agrees with us that's roughly our age or older, you're just going to have to sit there, get angry behind your computer screens, and keep your mouth shut. And till next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.